Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in Brazil to attend the G20 summit. Prime Minister Modi has arrived, this is in Rio de Janeiro, to attend the 19th Group of 20, the G20 Leaders Summit, which is slated for 18th and 19th November. Remember, India was the host of the G20 last year. This is the second leg of the 5-day trip to the three nations. Talking to with a statement on social media site X, Prime Minister Modi has said he was looking forward to meeting various world leaders at the summit. So the visit is important. Remember that as part of the G20 Troika, along with Brazil and South Africa, India has been consistently pushing for not just India's interests, but for example, becoming voice of the global South and trying to ascertain its position on the world stage. So Prime Minister Modi is basically on this three-nation tour where after Nigeria, now the stop is in Brazil. This is Rio de Janeiro, where Prime Minister Modi will be attending the G20 summit. Prime Minister Modi left for Brazil after he wrapped up the first ever visit to Nigeria. He held bilateral talks there with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and interacted with the Indian community. The 19th G20 summit will also hold very important, specifically significance on the global climate crisis. Prime Minister Modi in Brazil for the G20 is going to be important, remember, because at a time like this, it's about this belt, specifically the African nations, then also in Brazil, to put forth India's interests with other nations. Our Foreign Affairs editor, Geeta Mohan, is joining me for the latest. Geeta, good morning. How should we see this specific visit of Brazil of G20 after India was the host last year?
Well, the visit to Brazil, Pooja?
Yes, correct. So the G20 visit to Brazil after Nigeria, Geeta.
Well, it's a very, very important and significant visit. More important to see, Pooja, how will Brazil host the G20 after India did last year, and the manner in which the G20 was conducted. And we will have to see whether they're going to match up to what India could manage over here in New Delhi. We do know that they tried very hard with all the various sessions and various government and ministerials that they did. But yes, there's a lot that needs to be done to match up to how India scaled up the G20. Having said that, the G20 summit is going to be very important. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there after his Nigeria visit, focused on the region, Latin America and Africa. He will be attending the 19th summit as a member of the Troika. Now, we do know that every time the G20 summit takes place, the past president, the present president, and the president-to-be, the chair-to-be, all of them form the Troika. In this case, because the past president is India, India is part of the Brazil and South Africa Troika. South Africa will be holding it the next time. And we will have to see how the conversations go when it comes to China, when it comes to the economics and trading policies, and whether if they are saying that there is going to be some important statement on the war, whether if they're going to be able to replicate a joint communique which seeks an end to the war and yet have all of them sign and have consensus on the joint communique. So a lot of challenges ahead. We'll have to wait and see how that really pans out.
Thank you very much, Geeta Mohan, for the latest on that about Prime Minister Modi's visit to Brazil after Nigeria.